All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Line La Alahainawa, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai Bashim, Harakakadash. Want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who we want to teach about, and I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, this is going to be a two-part lesson. In the kingdom, all right, there's going to be peace and righteousness. All right, that's the first part of this lesson, peace and righteousness. The second part of this lesson is going to be slaves and no more Edomites. Okay, so these are things that we have to look forward to in the kingdom. All right. So peace and righteousness, which we're going to go into today. All right. And then the second part, Lord will, later on this week or tomorrow. All right. Slaves and no more Edomites. Okay. So four things that we have looking forward to coming into the kingdom. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. All right. In order for us to have peace, there has to be peace set up, okay? And peace starts with the Lord Yahushai, all right? So this is Isaiah 9:6. For unto us is a child is born, unto us a son is given, and unto us means unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because that's who Isaiah is preaching and prophesying to, not unto the whole world, you know? It says, the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. All right, and these are all just titles when we know the name of Yahweh is the name that we need to be calling on, and we know the name of his son is Yahweh Shai. So these are all just titles that describe what Yahweh Shai is going to do. He's going to be giving counsel, all right, and the counsel is going to come from the law, statute, commandments, right? Um, but the government it shall be on his shoulders, right? That's what it says. So the government, so the rulership, all right, of the nation of Israel is going to be on the shoulders, right? Let me get jump to Daniel 2 right quick. This is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom. All right, Yahweh is going to set up a kingdom physically. It's already done through the word, but it has to play out physically, right? It says, shall the power of heaven, which is Yahweh, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. All right, and it's never going to be destroyed because there's going to be peace within the kingdom. The kingdom of Israel was always brought down in regards to destruction because of what it is that we did. All right, and it was destroyed because of our iniquities. All right, and the thing that we did the most was sin against the Lord in regards to idol worshiping, all right, sacrificing our kids unto these idols and, you know, bowing down to the knees to these idols, so on and so forth, right? It says, then the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to stand forever, and that kingdom is going to be ruling in peace, okay, because Yahweh Shai is going to be the head of that kingdom, all right? It says, for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, this is going into Nebuchadnezzar's dream that Daniel was breaking down to him. And it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold. All right. And this gold is speaking about the kingdoms. All right. The Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. All right. the new Roman Empire, which we are living in now. All right. Which consists of EU and the NATO nations ruling under Esau Edom, right? The beast, right? The silver, which goes into the Medo-Persian Empire, and the gold, which is the Babylonian Empire, right? It says, the great power has made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. So there is, it's surely going to happen that peace is going to reign on the earth under Yahweh Shai, right? So let me go back to Isaiah 9. It says, this Isaiah 9:7. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. All right. So the Lord Yahweh promised Abraham that his seed will be as the sand of the sea or as the stars of heaven. Right. So there's going to be an increase of the nation of Israel. All right. If you look at the sand of the sea and the stars of heaven, you're not able to count those, right? So there's always going to be an increase of Israelites. There's other ways that the Shalom Maki Habashim Habashim Rakakdas Prakata. There's other ways that the nation or the government of Yahweh Shai is going to increase. But I'm speaking just in this case in the regards of his people, because the Lord Yahweh told Abraham that his seed shall be as the sand of the sea. All right. So I'm gonna read this again. Of the increase of his government and peace. All right, and peace, because this is one of the topics that I'm speaking on in regards peace, 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 peace. Shalom, bro. All right, peace first, righteousness, and then part two is going to be slaves and no Edomites in the kingdom. These are things that we should be looking forward to, or will be looking forward to, and are looking forward to receiving in the kingdom, right? But let me get this word peace in this in the blue letter in this precept. Hope y'all bros are doing well, and hope to see our brothers soon, whether it be here on earth or in the kingdom. Let me see. The word peace, all right, is shalom, right? And it says completeness, soundness, all right, completeness in number, all right, safety and soundness. It says welfare, health, and prosperity. Right here it says in peace, in regards to peace and friendship. It says with Yahweh, especially in covenant relationship. All right, and we're going to get the covenant in Ezekiel the 32nd chapter. The 36th chapter. You can also read it in Hebrews the 8th chapter, where the Lord's going to put the laws in our inward parts, right? Because that also equates to us being in peace. Then that also equates to us living and ruling forever, like I had read in Daniel the 2nd chapter, where the Lord's kingdom is going to stand forever, right? Because the only time that the kingdom won't stand forever or hasn't stood forever is because of iniquity and sin, right? So so again, Isaiah 9:7. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. All right, there's not going to be an end to that, because we're going to have the law, statute, commandments on our inward parts, right? Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts will perform this. Okay, so the Lord's going to make sure that this happens, man. All right, and it's already written out to happen. We just have to let it play out, right? And that's all this is. We're just going through it, like a comb going through BB's and Jake's hair. We're just going through it. Sometimes it's gonna be hard, sometimes it's not gonna be hard, but we still gotta go through it. So this is we can start at the top in Ezekiel 36, because it's speaking about the land as well, but I just want to get to the point in this regard, because the land, even in regards to speaking about the land being back in our inheritance, is a part of peace under the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's important for us to know and understand. And you can read Ezekiel the 36th chapter and the first 15 verses in that regards. But 16, I'm gonna start at 16. Now, do I got 16? I think I got 22 written there. Yeah, I'm gonna start at 22. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 22. Now, this is how with us being in the kingdom, we're going to be righteous. And with the law, statutes, commandments put in our inward parts, all right, we're going to be able to live forever, because according to Romans 6, I think it's 23, for the wages of sin are death. And when we sin, we go against the ways of the Lord. So we die. All right. Even the nation as a whole has been wiped out through wars and pestilences and famine, and even the land. Okay, the land has been overtaken by these Edomites and these other heathens. And Ezekiel the 36th chapter, the beginning of it, tells you how the Lord's gonna put us right back in the land and basically cleanse out the heathen that's round about it, right? But when we are in a righteous state, we are gonna live forever. So this is Ezekiel 36 and 22. It says, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith Yahweh power, I do this I do this not for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake. And we know the holy name of Yahweh is the name of Yahweh is holy. All right, it's separate. It's separated from all these other names that you know these Edomites and these other nations have tried to give the Lord to further hinder us away from our power. All right, to keep us away from worshiping the true power. It says, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which ye have profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. Uh, and the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, saith Yahweh power, wherefore I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Uh, verse 24 says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. And that starts with the word going out. All right. In order for us to be gathered out, the Lord he can just do it, pick us up, put us in the land and separate the heathen and all this other good stuff that he's going to do for us. But it's within a process of time and by the way that his word is set up for us to be preaching the word, for us to come out of, wherever the Lord has us set up, spiritually. So then when we have spiritually, completely spiritually have done away with this place, and done away with, the ways to the best of our ability, the Lord's going to physically put us in the land. All right. So it says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean, and from all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. And this is what we need, man. And we know the cleansing comes from the word, but Yahweh Shai is going to physically, put in our work and our minds, the way to be. All right. The brother Amir, he got Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angel. Yeah, that's Matthew 24. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And this is what's happening, man, by the way of the word going out. Okay. All right. This is what's happening by the way of the word going out. All right. The Lord may have, angels physically blowing trumpets that we can't see, but we are out here actually with the word preaching and prophesying so the elect can come in. All right. Verse 26, the water for that precept, brother. This is verse 36, Ezekiel 36 and 26, Salakia. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And this is what we want, right? Because within that new spirit and that new heart that the Lord gives us, we will be righteous like we are striving to be, okay? Because we're never going to be righteous here on this side physically by keeping the law, but we can be righteous by and are righteous by having faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, because without faith in the Lord, we can't do anything, man. All right. And without the Lord, we can't do anything. Continuing on, it says, and I will take away the stony heart of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh, and I will cause my spirit, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. All right, this is so. Just as it was in our minds to go astray from the Lord's going to put it in our minds to walk in the ways of righteousness, so we can live forever, so we can be in that peace that is being set up by way of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? It says, verse 28, and ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. I will also save you from all your uncleanliness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you. All right. And this, you can look at the blessing that, Isaac gave unto Jacob in regards to receiving, the corn and the wine. All right. That goes into the resources of the earth, right? Food is a resource, corn is a resource, and the Lord is going to give us that resource in abundance. Okay. I also had Isaiah 11. I skipped over that. But I'm gonna get that next. It says Ezekiel 36 and 30, and I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, and that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen. All right, going back into that increase that was spoken of in Isaiah 9 and 7. Yep, the brother Debar Gabash, he got this. This is Zechariah chapter 8 and 5. It says, and the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Yep. Also in Isaiah 11, it goes into the the safety of our people, especially the kids. I'm gonna get that because it's all about, we have to envision these things that's coming for us as a nation, because all we see around us is wickedness and negativity, man. All right. Uh, let me see. What I was saying in regards to Isaiah 9 and 7. The brother got some more. It says, Zechariah chapter 8, verse 6, it says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine? It was a question, right? So yes, yes, if it is marvelous for our kids to be out there playing in the streets with each other, with having no worries, not worrying about being snatched up or taken off all the way to be sex slaves, all right? Hauled off to be seen a video a couple of days ago where these poor people, they were somewhere in another country, but they was outside sleeping at a train station. This man just came by and just took this woman's kid, man, right out of her hands while she was sleeping. And the woman woke up, I'm sure she was devastated, man, and had nothing. There was nothing that she could do. Nothing that she could do. Right. But in the times that we're gonna come into and receiving the kingdom, we could be, on another galaxy and another planet somewhere, right, or another universe, and we can have kids here on Earth, and we'll know that they'll be all right because the women going to be in order. All right, there's going to be order amongst everything and everybody, the birds, the animals, the bugs, the wind blowing, the trees. There's going to be order, man. Right. So we won't have to worry. We could be gone for hundreds of years, man, and then come back to see our kids, and they will be, protected, safe, sound, secure. And that's all because of peace that the Lord's going to give unto us when we get into the kingdom, man, through, all right, through his mercy, right? I'm going to read verse 7. The brother got verse 7. It says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, all right? Because Jake is scattered, man, throughout the four corners of the globe, right? Verse 8, it says, Salakia, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness, right? And that's all it's about, man, being in truth and in righteousness, right, as much as we can. Salakia. But it's also about giving glory to the Lord, man. All right. And when we operate in truth and righteousness, we do give glory to the Lord. Right. But we're gonna be in Jerusalem again. Okay. We're gonna be in the land of of milk and honey, man. All right. The brother also got Isaiah 14 and 3. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So we were made to serve this type of bondage, man. All right. The Lord put us in, I don't like to think in this regards, but the Lord made us go off, the Lord of Isaiah. If one of y'all brothers could post that, why I think it's like, why has thou hardened our hearts against thee, O Lord? But the Lord made us go off, man. I don't like to think in that regard, but it's true, right? And just as the Lord made us to go off, the Lord's going to make us to be righteousness by right, to make us be righteous by putting the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts, right? Let me get Isaiah 11. This is Isaiah 11 and 1, and it says, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. All right, so we know Jesse is King David's father, and we know King David had Solomon, and we know through the Spirit of the Lord, King David was told that Solomon was going to sit on his the water, bro. He got it. We know that King Solomon was told. We know that King David was told that Solomon was going to sit on his throne forever, right? And it's being done in the way of Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai is King Solomon, right? Your brother got it. This is Isaiah 63:17. I gotta remember this one. The water, bro. It says, "Why hast thou made us to err from thy ways and harden our hearts from thy fear? Return for thy servants' sake the tribes of thine inheritance." Yeah. So I don't like to think of that, but it's true. The Lord has hardened our hearts, man, for His purpose. We will never understand it, and I try to ponder that, but that has gotten me nowhere. Um, but in any case, right, just as the Lord has made us to err from His way, He's going to put it in our inward parts to be righteous, man. Okay, and that's going to be forever. This wickedness that we living in, all right, it's only temporary. All right, this world that we living in, it's only temporary. All right, so the water bro for posting that. This is Isaiah 11:2. It says, "And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and spirit of understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh." All right. And this is all characteristics that Yahweh Shai is going to have within him. And then we, as the Lord's people, when he puts the law, statutes, commandments on our inward parts, right? I can't see what that little emoji is. What is that? Oh, is that bread or something, bro? I can't see it. I can't see what that little emoji is. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. All right, and that's us, man. All right. He shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and the breadth of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Right, Second Ezra 13th chapter. All right, and the slaying of the wicked. You know how Ezra saw that there was nothing but to be perceived of dust and the smell of smoke after the Lord destroyed all those armies that came to fight against him. Right, these are the things that's going to happen for us in order for us to receive and get peace. Oh, it's a sponge. Okay, the water, bro. I thought it was a piece of bread or something. The water, bro. Verse 5, it says, "And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins." Right, so righteousness is going to spread through everything, man. All right, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be moving in righteousness, right? And a girdle, I think that's the thing that you wrap around your waist. Yep, your belt, right? Verse 6, it says, "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid." So a lamb, all right, we know what that is. A leopard is is one of them, wild cats, right? And it's gonna lie down with the kid, and the kid in this sense is talking about a goat, not an actual bro. I got it. I just didn't understand. I couldn't really see it. There's a glare on my phone, and I thought it was a piece of bread, bro. My bad. um, but the kid is an actual goat, man. So animals are gonna be at peace with each other in righteousness, man. Okay. It says, "And the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them." Going back to what the brother Debar Gabash had posted in from Zechariah, man. Our kids gonna be playing in the streets, man. Let me get that again. Right there, Zechariah 8:5. "In the streets of the city shall be filled with boys and girls playing in the streets thereof." All right, playing with these animals, man, leading these animals. Okay. Um, verse 7, it says, "And the cow and the bear shall feed together, the young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp," and that's a cobra. In my footnotes it says, "And the weaned child shall put his hand in the cockatrice's den," all right, in the viper's den. So it's another type of snake, right? It says here, they shall not hurt nor destroy all in my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh as the waters cover the sea. All right, as the waters cover the sea, everything and everybody's gonna know about Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, and it started off with the Lord Yahweh Shai coming down here and making himself a sacrifice for the nation of Israel, and continuing on through the apostles and the disciples that was out there doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, furthering into this time the men of great millstone, and through the mercy of the Lord opening the seals to give us understanding of who we are and what we are coming into. All right. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. All right. And that expected end is ruling under, or living and ruling in righteousness under Yahweh Shema Shai, man. In peace and in righteousness, man. Let me get this in Revelations, then I'm gonna close out. I really appreciate y'all bros for being here and posting scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 21, and I'm gonna just verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. All right, this place is going to be burned up by this fire, man, that the Lord is bringing. All right, it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power. All right. And Yahweh is the only power of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. All right. All right, look. All right, yep. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get these precepts too, bro. Just I'm gonna finish this out. Verse 4, it says, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Verse 5, and this all, when this world is gone, man, that's it, man. None of this nonsense of being sad and upset about family members, about loved ones, about not being able to take care of X, Y, and Z, or not being able to be there. You're going to be anywhere and everywhere you want, even at the same time, if that's possible. Well, it can be possible. It is possible with the Lord, right? Verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. All right, so the words of Yahweh Shema Shai are true and faithful, just as the actions that the Lord Yahweh Shai came down here and acted and committed. All right, they are faithful and true because we are reading them, and there's historical accounts on them, just like this account of what John the Revelator saw is going to come to pass. Okay, there's going to be no more sorrow for the nation of Israel, but for you other nations, it's a wrap for y'all, man. All right, this is the brother Debar Gabar. She got Hebrews 8:10. For this is the new covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. That means the whole house of Israel. Okay. Say, if Yahweh, I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. So this is in the Old and the New Testament. Okay. All right. Look, I'm tripping. Right. I forgot to push this up there. Right. So it's in the Old and New Testament, and it's only for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Nobody else. Right. And in verse 11, it says, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh by Shema Shai, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. And verse 12, it says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sin and their iniquities will I remember no more. And that's something else that you should be looking forward to. Because every day we do something wicked against the Lord, man. And through his mercies, he has not put us to death. All right. Let me get that in Lamentations right quick. Then I'm your Ra. I'm gonna grab your precept. Dang, man, I gotta get a new Bible. I gotta get a new Bible tab. Let me see that. Can you find where I'm trying to go? Here we go. This is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 21. This I recall to my mind, therefore I have hope. All right, we have hope in this word. We have hope in the Lord, right? It is of Yahweh's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Okay. So be by the mercies of the Lord, because we do all types of, we have wicked thoughts. We sin, intentionally and unintentionally. But the mercies of the Lord has kept us alive, man, because they renew every day, right? The water Yahweh Al Shai, and the water, bro, for that precept, those bonfire precepts. I appreciate all y'all, right? This the brother Amir Ra, he got Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and 9. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. All right. So in order for you to understand what these scriptures are speaking about, all right, you got to put your full confidence in the Lord. All right. Because if you don't put your full confidence in the Lord, why would he send the Holy Spirit to give you understanding in regards to things, man? All right. It says, and as such be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he has care for his elect. All right. And let's get to who these saints are, man. All right. I think it's Psalms 50:5. This is this is Psalms 50:5. It says, gather my saints together unto me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice, right? And who is the only ones that have made a covenant with the Lord by way of sacrifice? All right, the nation of Israel, man. Okay, the nation of Israel, and the saints in this time, the elect in this time, are going to be the ones that's making that sacrifice now by offering their body as a living sacrifice, man. Okay, by doing the things that they need to do in all truth and sincerity and righteousness, and going out there on the highways and byways. Because when we go out there on the highways and byways, we are sacrificing, man. We could get thrown in jail, killed, murdered, separated from our family, and all kind of other, despicable things that these people want to do to us in regards, just because of what we're saying out of the Bible, because what we're speaking, that the Bible is commanded, that the Bible says that we are commanded to speak. Okay. So this is part one in the kingdom, man. Part two is gonna be about slaves and no more Edomites, man. So Lord will you was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Harakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who we want to teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect Kwam Yasharala and Mawafla Bar. Shalom, shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakathum to all the people and brothers and sisters on the comment boards that's listening in truth and sincerity. Kwam Yasharala and Mawafla Bar. Shalom.